this is Skeet.
I am Mosh and Mikey.
Rock and Roll Roundtable.
Our good friends at Moshman Media with another show for you tonight.
This week, except for that one.
Interesting. This is a topic that we've never done, and it's like we talk about classic albums or new albums. Sometimes we even review these albums and we rate them. And so we go through and we have like a 6 or 7 or whatever, 9. Some songs are 10. But if you look at certain albums by certain bands, you think, man, that album is fantastic. I love that album, except for that piece of shit. Or I don't know why that song's on it, except for that one. And I love this album, except for that one. And you don't know how many of those you have until you go through them and think about them. And what got us to talking about this was we was talking about like bad songs from great bands and that this kind of ruined an album. And I actually had the album wrong. We were talking like the Beatles, right? I thought Yellow Submarine was on Sgt. Pepper's. It isn't. It isn't. So I went to find the Yellow Submarine, and I thought, this song's so bad. I just don't like Yellow Submarine. It's like, I want to see if it really does ruin the album. So I went and found the Revolver album and listened to the whole thing, which I'd never done. And I'm not a Beatles fanatic. But yeah, I could say Revolver is a really good album, except that one. The Yellow Submarine's just ass. And it ruins any album it would be on. But especially because I have to pick the album it's on, it's Revolver by the Beatles. But yeah, it's a great album, really good album, except for that one. That would be my first one on the list, Yellow Submarine. Come on. How high were they to fucking write that? Yeah, they had to have been like on peyote or something. It doesn't make any logical reason to record that song.
Okay, so I like the song.
Oh my god!
I like the song.
Yes.
It's a simple fucking song. It's a goofy fucking song. I liked the movie back when I was a kid. I remember watching the movie, and it was an acid trip, and I didn't even know what acid was. But the goofy shit that went on in that movie was very out there. It's fucking out there, dude. So it was a catchy little tune. Yes, it was fucking silly. Ringo wrote it, didn't he? Was that a Ringo song?
I think it was a Ringo I don't know. Song. I didn't pay that much attention to it.
He sang it. I know he sang it. So I'm assuming it was a Ringo song. So, it's not like they've never done goofy songs before.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, but that's so good. That's a good song.
Yeah, that's a good song.
This sounds like a very bad high school marching band, Yellow Submarine. It's so drab, it's just, dude. It's everybody's got an opinion.
I got it. I got it.
I hate that song. Oh. So I have the list of a handful of these, from my own experience. And this one we talked a little bit about too. This is the Van Halen album, Diver Down. It was a big album for them. It was like right before the 1984 album or whatnot. But it's the tour I saw them on, and and the album to me it was killer. Where Have All the Good Times Gone started it out, and it was like, but it had phenomenal tracks on it, like little guitars. And you had the covers, Pretty Woman, Wherever All the Good Times Gone, Dancing in the Streets.
Hang 'em High was one of the originals.
Yeah.
Dreams.
Yeah. Dreams, yeah. Not Dreams.
Secrets. My bad.
Secrets, yeah. I'm going to say Dreams is a little later.
Yeah, Dreams was later.
But that's a classic album for me, except for that one song that, again, ruins it for me. Big Bad Bill is Sweet William now. That just it got, and now later in life, later in the career, even I could see David Lee Roth probably made them do that song because that's the kind of scat and scooting, scatting bullshit that he did later in his career, the lounge act singer that he is. But that was an atrocity. I don't know why. And it's like people say, well, the song's not that bad. It's horse shit for one. Number two, why is it on a Van Halen album? The clarinet. Come on.
That was his
Doing the
dad.
dish and trying to sound like Al Jolson. Doing the dishes and wrapping up after all. Come on. That's a bad lounge act right there. That's terrible. And it ruined the whole album for me. I can't
Oh,
call it one of the greatest albums.
oh
I
my
mean,
god.
to be completely honest, I didn't love Pretty Woman. I didn't love Dancing in the Streets, but I could tolerate those. But that song was ass, and very
Well,
disappointing.
uh, except for the standout original songs on that album, that's still it's one of my least favorite out of all the Van Halen. But
True.
it a lot of it was good. There, I mean, good covers. They did good versions, Van Halen versions of covers. That part
Yeah.
was cool. I mean, they've always thrown some covers in through their career, up through the David Lee Roth years for sure. They
Right.
they've always done uh they've always done a cover. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I,
sure.
so I I didn't mind Big Bad Bill. But you're right. It doesn't fit with the fucking scheme of what was going on. It was kind of weak. I understand that uh, Eddie and Alex's dad was playing the clarinet on it, so maybe that's why they decided to throw it in there.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, that's just more of a. That should be like a hidden track or something. It was like a turd in a punch bowl for that album for me. I don't know, and I probably looked too much into it because it was like way off the path, which is fine. I mean, they also did Happy Trails on that, but that was like okay, the end of the album, blah blah blah.
Goofing off,
I don't know,
yeah.
just not for me. Big Bad Bill, for
Okay,
whatever reason.
okay.
Now the next one, I have two from one of my favorite bands, the Kiss Army, a guy I was back in the day. They had two albums that were near, perfection status for me. Even as a young kid, both of these songs threw me off. But as I listened to them as adults on these two albums, you'll get it. The first one's Love Gun. Okay, Love Gun album. I should say Love Gun album.
Okay.
Awesome, nice, good album. Plaster Caster, Only Human, Love Gun itself, and you got 9 tracks that are pretty good. Hooligans and all that. You get to the last song, and it's this piece of crap remake of When She Kissed Me. It's like and they didn't change it much, dude. I don't know if you've ever heard it. You'll have to listen to it, but
Yeah.
it's like the hold me tight and then she kissed me, and it didn't change. They didn't metal it up. They didn't rock it up. It was that piece of crap 1950s whatever song, and it was like Paul Stanley trying to sound as feminine as he could. It's just that song. I was like, how do you put that at end of Love Gun? A great album otherwise. I mean I think that was I Stole Your Love on there. I mean it was chock full of hits, dude. And then you put the embarrassment on the end of a classic album. Oh my God. At least it's
Oh.
easy to skip. Because it's the end of the
You just
album. You just stop
lift
it.
the fucking needle
Yeah.
off the album.
I couldn't
Okay.
lift that needle fast enough for that song. That was trash, and it was disappointing. Now, the other Kiss album
Oh God.
was the year before this one. It was actually before this one, but the Destroyer album. And
Okay.
we've talked a little bit about Destroyer album, and I think we even did a whole thing about Destroyer the album. I love the Destroyer album. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Detroit Rock City, God of Thunder, Do You Love Me? All this, Beth. There's one song on it, it just doesn't fit there. And it's not that it's a horrible song, but it was so much of a different song. Great Expectations. It's like, why did you put that on there? They got the symphony and stuff. You are great expectation. It's like, okay, I understand it's not that bad of a song, but you're sandwiching that with flaming youth and God of Thunder, for God's sakes. How do you think that fits? And it's another one of those that you already had a ballad on there. Why are you going to like a worse ballad? And that's a theme because I found several albums that do that. They have a ballad and they think, oh, I strike gold twice. No,
Oh,
no, you're not. And for whatever reason, this song, I didn't hate it, but it was like, why is this on here? It's got
yeah.
church bells in it. It's got, this chorus singing in the background. And it's not like it's the last song, it's like in the middle. You want me to take a break? Yeah, am I supposed to go get myself a snack while this piece of shit's on? Not, and I say that wrong. Not like it's totally a piece of crap. It's just it does not fit on this album. Why? I would love to know the answers to that. Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley, you watch the show. We know you do.
Yeah.
So we know you're watching the show. Answer me that. Why is Great
Oh God
Expectations
damn.
on Destroyer?
Uh,
Anyway,
it's got
anyway,
it's got to be it's got to be a record label decision. It's got to be that
I don't know.
throwaway fucking song. It's got to be. What
I
we
don't.
already paid for this. Just put it on the fucking album. I don't
Yeah,
know.
just let Peter get drunk and write this song and let him sing it. And
Yeah.
go ahead, you and Gene can sing it or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's the '70s. Who gives a fuck? Nobody cares.
Yeah,
Just put it on there.
unfortunately, and they did it back to back albums. They had one bad song. It's like, come on, guy. But
Wow.
another one, and this next one is probably one you're not going to know, but it's one of my favorite bands again. So it's like,
Okay.
and this is why it's a trend. But it's the Striper album, To Hell with the Devil. Now, To Hell with the Devil it was like set Striper into some mainstream people started digging Striper at that point.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Soldiers Under Command was a good album, but it was mostly still in the Christian realm. To Hell with the Devil came out. MTV was playing, Calling on You, was playing Free. It had To Hell with the Devil, the song. Michael hits the high notes, More Than a Man, some bangers on this album. And then of course, they had Honestly, which was a big hit. It ended up being a big hit on MTV. It, whatever, it's about. All the rest of the albums get great, so I would consider that a classic album, except they tried to hit gold twice. They put another ballad on this, and it is god awful, dude. And I'm you know how I feel about it.
Yeah. I know you.
But it's like pure piano, sounds like a really badly recorded version of it. And you would hear this at a wedding for white trash people. This is what All of Me is what's called. And it's not good, dude. It's just over the top. It makes them sound like wimpy as a band. I mean, Honestly was riding the line. Everybody kind of thought Honestly was too much, including me. I'd rather not have to hear Honestly, but it's like, okay, you went for the hit, you got it. I don't know what made you think All of Me was going to be because, it's trash, dude. And it hurts me to say that about any Striper song, but it's garbage. If you've never heard All of Me, suffer for 3 minutes and listen to it. You'll get what I'm saying. When
Okay,
you listen to the rest of To Hell with the Devil, which is absolutely awesome album.
that's
It
funny.
just it's not should have never been done. It has to be one of their biggest regrets. I'm almost guaranteed. But anyway, we'll go to Metallica. Now I know Metallica's always a pretty good solid albums. There's not a lot of albums. I will admit I'm not a fan of the last couple, but I can't pick out one song because there's multiple songs that I'm just like, man.
Yeah,
So I wanted to go back and I started listening to some Metallica albums. I didn't hear any duds on Creeping Death, to be honest. Couldn't find any on Master of Puppets. The first Kill 'Em All, no, they're all bangers. Enough of bangers for me. Then I go to the Black Album, the self-titled album, whatever you want to call it. I just don't get the Unforgiven, dude. I don't get it. And it's like there again, they get two ballads on here. So Nothing Else Matters, I think, is a better song by a lot.
okay.
So Unforgiven, I just didn't get it. What they were trying to accomplish. It was so slow. It was like depressing, boring. And and the worst part about this, because Metallica's Black Album, absolutely classic. For me, it's except for that
Okay.
I just don't like The Unforgiven. And then they keep repeating themselves on other albums. The Unforgiven 2, The Unforgiven 3. It's like, no, you took a mediocre song and did it 3 times over. Not exactly the same. Were you trying to do a concept song? Maybe make that a whole album by itself or something. That would be better than that. But I just thought The Unforgiven, just because it dragged it down for me.
Yeah.
A lot of people love The Unforgiven. They don't particularly like Nothing Else Matters. I choose Nothing Else Matters in my book over The Unforgiven. So that's why I had that.
Okay.
Now we're going to get into another hurtful band for me to talk about a little bit. Judas Priest. Man, I hate talking anything bad about Judas Priest.
Oh fuck. Where are we going with
But,
this?
you
This
know,
is
I was a big Screaming for Vengeance guy. I loved it. I love Defenders of the Faith. It's my favorite album from Judas Priest. When Turbo came out, I was all into it. Turbo Lover. I liked the song. I didn't mind the song. It's like, okay, I'm gonna get this album and I'm gonna check it out. Unfortunately, I did that when I was younger, and I've hated this album ever since because of one song.
wow.
We don't need no
Parental
parental
guidance.
guidance here. We don't need that song on a Judas Priest album. Is what we don't. And it's like that ruined the Turbo experience. It just
Ah,
did.
ah.
I liked the Turbo album. I did. I was a fan. But Parental Guidance, so faggotry, man. I couldn't do it. I don't mean to say it like in Rob Halford. I'm just saying wimpy. Put it that way. I said it the wrong way. But it's just so wimpy, so cliche, so chasing an anthem, you know, and it didn't work. It wasn't like it was almost as bad as when they covered. Well, I'd say it's worse than when they covered Johnny B.
Johnny
Good
be
because
good.
I thought that was an atrocity too. But this is an original atrocity. So it's like you ruined Turbo for me. You ruined, I'm like, and you're going to sit here probably in the next 2 seconds and tell me you like that song. Yeah, see, I knew
Yeah,
it.
I didn't mind it.
Yeah, I hate that song. Oh my god.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. It was kind of goofy. It was goofy. But you know, I,
Too goofy.
back in the day, it was you put an album on and you let the whole thing play. You had it on cassette, so you'd pop it in and you just would listen to songs, and it was catchy, it was poppy. But you're right, it probably did not. It shouldn't have been on that album. It
No,
should. It
no.
didn't fit. It didn't fit. It was way too poppy. Way too. We're trying too hard to get a hit on MTV.
Yeah, we want a hit, and it's like
Yeah.
that ain't Judas
Yeah.
Priest, man. You're not supposed to try to get a hit. You let the hits come to you,
Yes.
and
Yes.
yeah, it was more disappointing. But it's like, yeah, I can't enjoy the Turbo album anymore because of that. I really just
Aw.
I can't sit down and listen to it all the way through, knowing that abominations on the album somewhere. So it really turned me off from that. Okay, now here the next couple are really different
Okay.
because they're the same song name, but they're two different bands on two different albums. Okay,
Okay.
but I hate the song so much, and just the name drives me nuts. And it's just me. It's a me thing. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to start out with the first Skid Row album.
Uh-oh.
I love Piece of Me. I love Big Guns. I
Oh,
love
I know
all the
it's
song.
coming. I
Say, go
rattlesnake
ahead.
shake. Rattlesnake
Yeah.
shake.
Oh, that song sucks. Shake, shake, shake it like a rattlesnake. Boom, boom. And it's like, come on, Sebastian. What are we doing? You guys were killing it. And I understand it's hair metal bullcrap, but man, that song. And I don't like any song that has rattlesnake in it. I don't like anything. You talking about a rattlesnake? You talk about an overused cliche in metal and rock. Anything with a rattlesnake and shake is ridiculous. That's why it applies on Motley Crue's Doctor
Dr.
Feelgood as well.
Feelgood. Yeah.
I wasn't, I loved when Doctor Feelgood came out. That was like okay. I wasn't a big giant Motley Crue, but I liked this album. I bought it right away. It was the whole thing, and it's got Rattlesnake Shake, and it's like Rattlesnake Shake, 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 shake. Nope, nope. Turn that off. Never gonna listen to that piece of shit album again. And to be honest, I had that on a CD. I've never put it in since that. I never have. I bought like or a cassette. I still have the cassette somewhere. I bought it on cassette, or yeah, I think it's on cassette. I don't know. It's buried in my shit because I've never listened to it again after that. I was like, that set me off. I was
Wow.
triggered. I
Wow.
feel like one of the people that get triggered right because it did. Those two songs. Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Oh my
I
God.
admit it. I don't like either. I can't. And I love both of those albums, other than that song.
Then that
So
except
what
for
I do
that one.
now, yeah, except for that, and I go through and I'll listen to playlists for Skid Row. But if I see any rattlesnake snake popping up, no, I'm
Mikey's
not even
out.
gonna. I'm out. And it's probably not the most horrible song. It's just a thing for me. Don't like anything to do with rattlesnakes, and not because I'm afraid of them. I just don't. I think they're corny. It's corny lyrics, man.
Yeah.
Rattlesnake shake. Give me a break.
Uh,
We've had other bands do it.
now
How many times Crocus had like 3 songs with rattlesnake in it? Horse crap songs,
the only
man.
input I'm gonna put for the Dr. Feelgood is she goes down is kind of fucking ass. I, there's catchy
Yeah,
shit. There's
yeah.
catchy shit on it. So
I'd say she goes down to 6, though. I would keep it on the upper tier of it.
well,
Rattlesnake
no,
Shake's not,
no,
not on it.
because I
To me. To me.
change. Now it's time for change. Feel Good had some fucking stinkers. I could say it now. It was a great fucking album, except for that one, and that one. For me,
See, I'm
that
not.
one was 3 that I kind
I,
of went.
I,
It's okay, but
yeah, yeah. You're allowed to have mess songs on an album, but
yeah,
when one sets it off completely, that's
She
that was
Goes
it for me.
Down was just fucking. It just
Yeah,
it was stupid.
it was King of Corny too. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
stupid.
I
Yeah, it
get the
really was.
point. Yeah, it was kind of funny with the zipper at the beginning. Okay, haha, it's funny, but it's like
Well,
she
we're
goes
old now
down,
too.
she goes down, she goes
Yeah,
down.
yeah, it's boring and it's
Yeah, it
methodical
just
and
yeah,
stupid.
it. So I get that. The Skid Row album, I gave that a pass because I actually enjoyed that one from start to finish. But
Yeah,
I
it's
get your rattlesnake thing. Yeah, okay.
yeah. It just
Big
it was
Guns,
the one.
Big Guns is a great fucking song, but the lyrical content was kind of
Oh yeah. Anytime you get bang bang, any song, and it's like bang bang. Even Tesla did it. Bang bang, shoot 'em up, all that. It's like you guys can't think of nothing better. Anyway, but for our show today, it's like, yeah, that was just a couple of my pet peeves with
okay.
rattlesnake. We go to Def Leppard next.
Uh-oh.
Uh, we did a show about Def Leppard too last
Yes.
year, and
Yes.
Hysteria was my second best album by Def Leppard. I thought I loved High and Dry the most, but Hysteria was right there ahead of Pyromania, which surprises people. But it
Yes.
was for me. Hysteria was up there. Hysteria is one of the greatest hair metal or rock albums of all time, except for that one. The song Excitable is ass. It's not good. It ruins the legend of Hysteria for me. And I don't really know why. I just could not catch this song in my I don't like listening to it. It doesn't have any uh catchability to it. I don't know what it is about it. I just think it's man, any other song would have probably made that a legendary album. It's so close, man.
Do you
What?
think it was too poppy? I mean, do you think they were
No.
trying to be like a pop T-Rex feel to it? I mean, it kind
Well,
of
I
had a
think
weird feel.
the whole album did that though. I mean, women, animal, all that stuff, hysteria itself. They were all like more laid back. They weren't
Okay,
going out killing it.
since you brought up women, that was for me. That was one of the weaker ones next to Excitable.
Yeah, I mean, it was
It
close,
was
but Excitable is really out of the park bad for me. I don't know
okay.
why.
Okay.
And it's just one of those things, it's like it's so close to being legendary. And at the time, I'm sure they thought it was the best song to put on the album. I'm sure they are. They didn't want a stinker on that, but they put it what it's like last or next to last. It's like you left me with that sour ass taste of Excitable. Come on, man. It was bad. It was bad.
Okay.
This one's gonna hurt your feelings. This one's gonna hurt your feelings
Uh-oh.
because I know you like this song, but I don't like it. I don't like it. This is an AC/DC album.
Okay.
And my favorite era of AC/DC, as we know, was Bon Scott era. And this is the Highway to Hell album.
Uh-oh.
I'm a big fan of the Highway to Hell album. I had to,
Uh-oh.
listen to it later in life. I cannot stand Beating Around the Bush. I can't stand that song. Can't stand it. It sounds like they're playing without distortion, and it's some rinky dink guitar riff. And the way he says beating around the bush, I could kill it. I just beating around the bush. It's like, oh my God, cringe worthy
Okay.
material right there.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you this. Beating around the bush was Backseat Confidential originally.
Okay. They
Okay.
still stinks.
Well,
It
so
still
if
stinks.
just wait. So it was on the Bonfire collection, okay, and it had songs that they had done with a different title, different lyrics, and that was the one where they completely redid the lyrics. So, also a fact that Mutt Lang was the producer on Highway to Hell
Okay.
and was the producer for Hysteria. So now you kind of go, well, wait a minute. if Mutt Lang was saying, let's put this in, maybe we should be blaming Mutt for
Well,
a couple of these tracks.
maybe Mutt Lang liked to screw with bands and
Maybe.
say, "Listen, I'm going to keep you from having a legendary album. We're
Let's,
going to put beating around the bush on this, and I'm going to put fucking excitable on this one. You guys will never get legendary status. You're not going to beat my Foreigner albums."
yeah,
Because Foreigner 4 is like legendary. It has no bad songs on it.
yeah.
But Lang probably said, "Oh,
Oh
I
no.
can't make you better than this," even though Highway to Hell was before Foreigner 4, so that wouldn't make much sense. But yeah, I just don't like the song. I've heard people cover it even, and I'm like, why? It's taking the worst song out of the album. Is
But
that what you're
yeah.
aiming to do?
Oh,
You're aiming to take the stinker?
that the Backstreet or the Backseat Confidential. The lyrics was bad. I could see why they didn't release it, and it was one of those unreleased tracks that ended up becoming beaten around the bush because it just it was there was some good music in it. I like the riffs that he was doing in that kind of that fast stuff, but man, it's like they just could not put anything to that fucking song. It's like
Yeah,
they tried
that
too
was.
hard. So yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
If you're telling me there's worse lyrics than what they
Yes,
use for beating around the bush, that's bad.
yes, yes.
Well, maybe I'm glad they put that one on, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
slightly less embarrassing.
yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, it's like that's different. I only got a couple more on my list, but I mean, there's a couple that I won't get into detail about. Like, their songs are just so bad. Like, but the albums were like maybe an 8, 7. The Rat Detonator album, they had some great songs on it. It's not like a legendary album, but Scratch That Itch. Oh my God, dude. That's horrible. That might be one of the worst songs I've ever heard from a hair metal band.
Oh my
And
god.
it's just terrible. You have to listen to it. It's so bad, man. For me, I didn't get it at all. And I'm gonna go to my, one of my favorites again, Nirvana with, In Utero was an underrated album. I thought I liked In Utero, except for that one. There's this song called Radio Friendly Unit Shifter. And I barely knew what the name was because I always passed by it.
Okay.
But it's a lot of feedback. It's kind of a mushed together horse crap song. It's just it must be a filler. And it was like the rest of In Utero was pretty cool. It was one of those that just didn't sit with me right. And I don't even I hope that's the name. I wrote it down. I thought that was the name of it, but it's there. It's terrible, dude. And it's like it's so bad that I don't even consider In Utero much. Kind of took away from the whole album for me.
Wow.
And my last one on my list is just one I just happened to hear the other day when I was listening. I had my earphones in. I was listening to music, doing whatever I was doing. I was listening to the Don't Look Back album
Uh-oh.
from Boston.
Uh-oh.
Man, it was running right along. Don't Look Back, Party, all that stuff on there. What It Takes to Be a Man, all that. A great Boston material. I'm thinking, man, I missed all this great stuff. Then a song called Used to Bad News comes on. It's like they recorded this in like another dimension. It's like everything was smooth, sounded, a certain way. It's like they recorded everything else in analog and then decided to record Used to Bad News on a tape deck. Like he used a microphone in the corner of the room with a tape deck, and then the song itself is just complete stupidity. I don't. It's one of those. It's like, man, the first album's untouchable.
Yeah.
Don't Look Back. I thought was untouchable, but when I go back and listen to it now, it's like that song. Just it won't ruin. It'll never ruin the album, but it'll keep it from being legendary status.
Yeah.
It's just why I don't understand. Why does it sound completely different than every other? Was it recorded somewhere else and you didn't have enough songs for the album and you just throw it on there without remastering it, very well could have been a tape from the tour bus. How bad this sounds. And it's like I didn't get it, and it really depressed me. Like man, I'm used to bad news. Yeah, that's bad news. All right, it's bad. It hurt. It hurt. It hurt.
Wow. Wow.
But yeah, that's a list I just threw together. I'm sure there's tons more of these that people will have or will think of after the show, or
Yeah.
just in general. Again, music's an opinionated, based system where you might love it, I might hate it, vice versa. So yeah, that's my list that I came up with for, except that one. And
My
yeah,
my only one is when Ixnay on the Ombre came out for the Offspring, we listened to that fucking album constantly. That whole fucking year that came out. That fucker was on heavy rotation at the house, at friend's house. Listen the fuck out of this. And for me, it was Smash was like that was their big breakout, even though they had Ignition was before that. So you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And Ixnay was a follow up to Smash. And I was looking forward to it because Smash was a great fucking album. And you get into this, and I'm digging the whole thing, except for that one, the "Me and My Old Lady" song,
no,
and it's got a catchy beat, and it was kind of doing some different stuff. So I understand why they threw it on the album, but it just that's the one off there that I just kind of went and I skip it. Sometimes if I just don't even feel like dicking, I don't know
yeah,
what it's just something about it just kind. It was kind of hokey fucking lyrics at spots, but for me that was that I'm like, why did you put this on here? I, I,
they had to be a filler, something,
I,
last minute decisions or
I don't
something.
know, but that's the one except for that one. Everything else for me was real strong, and you know, I just that was the one that fucking stood out when we decided to do this show. I was like, that's the only one I could think of right off my head that was totally just grated me the wrong way,
Yeah,
and I could
it's
listen to
kind of
it
just
and yeah, but that was it. That was the only one I come up with, man. I,
for me. This one was more like what you had for Doctor Feelgood. I thought there was a couple others on this that were like, very borderline. But
yeah,
yeah, that me and my, I don't even like the expression. I guess, I'm not, it's just not my nature. The me and my old lady. I hate when people say my old lady. I know a lot of people do it. No offense to you. It's just not for
yeah,
me. My wife would kill me if I actually said that to her anyway. She absolutely hates that expression. But it wasn't just that I didn't like. It was just, yeah, you're right. The song's just kind of, it's kind of a dud compared to most of it. I mean, there was a couple other songs on there that I just didn't jump out of my seat for, but they're still better than this. Yeah.
yeah,
So I could almost go along with it. It's kind of like you did with Feel Good for me. Is like there's a couple others that I didn't love, but
yeah,
for the most part, yeah, it definitely could be a dud of its own right.
yeah. And it's
Yeah.
just it happens. There's don't trust and believe. There's songs on some great fucking albums that are fucking borderline where you just go, it's not, meh is gonna
Yeah.
be. It's gonna have to be a show eventually because There's
Well, yeah,
just
that
so much to
that
choose from.
and you're going to have a bunch of people that are going to have songs that we're going to scoff at and say, like they can put, I don't know, let's say throw "Riding the Wind" by Poison on there. That's terrible. Why is that I would argue with. Just to throw it out a general idea, but they might think that Yellow Submarine, like you did. Oh,
Yeah,
that's so funny. It's quirky. It's great.
yeah,
Revolver
yeah.
is like that makes Revolver awesome. No, not for me. The Unforgiven will probably get me some flack. Some serious flack. Any ACDC probably. But still, it's just you hear something and it doesn't click, and it goes, well, man, I'm jamming along here, and that comes on. I even got one I forgot was like my favorite band of all time, as you know, is Ginger, the King of Everything album. They start out with like a neat little prologue thing for the album where she's singing and it goes, it's not real heavy though, but it's a little bit. Then at the end of that album, she does what sounds like a salsa dance song. King of Everything, called Beggar's Dance, right?
Yeah.
And I like Tatiana and the boys so much that I look past it. But no, it's really ass. I mean, it just doesn't fit on that album with the rest of that jam and stuff. But yeah, I almost gave them a pass because it was still quality music. It's just what in the world is this? But
I
it's
like
Ginger, so
I
I'm
like
not
I
going to.
like that one. I thought it was kind of quirky. I was like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
that's
exactly. It
different
is, but compared to Captain
to
Clock,
everything else. Yeah, everything
yeah,
else it
yeah.
didn't fit. But I like that one. I was like, that's kind of
I
cool.
think that was her expressing herself a little bit, so I gave it a pass. And when I first heard it, I thought, man, this doesn't make sense. But now I understand it when she explained the album and stuff. So sometimes you got to dig a little deeper to
Yeah.
figure out why they put stuff on an album, and I did with that one. So maybe I should with pieces of crap like Then She Kissed Me. Oh my God. You got to check that. You
Yeah.
got to listen to the Love Gun album
Oh my
and then
God.
just have it in your headphones. You'll hear this piece of garbage come on at the end. And it ruins your whole take on the album. It really
Oh,
does.
that's a shame.
Sad. Yeah, it is.
Well, I think we should wrap it up before we start
Yeah,
thinking
yeah.
of more turds in the punch
Yeah.
bowl to pick on.
Yeah, that would happen. So,
All right. This is Skeet.
Bush and Mikey.
See ya!
Peace out, my friends.